like to know how dense this wood is. This is a sample of longleaf pine heartwood that's aged in the tree for decades. I think it's very dense. Let's find out. This one weighs 12.09 grams. We'll call that longleaf sample 1. I have another one. See how it's kind of translucent? This one weighs 13.29 grams. We'll call that longleaf sample 2. Now I have some live oak. This is also aged in the tree. This one weighs 22.65 grams. I'm entering these in a spreadsheet over my shoulder. I'll call that live oak sample 1. And here's another piece of live oak. This one is 25.06 grams. Call that live oak sample 2. And just for fun, here's a little piece of basswood. Basswood is not dense. So let's see what lightweight wood is like. This one weighs 5.13 grams. Put the basswood up here. I also have a piece of mystery wood. I don't know what this is. I just found it in the lab. And that one weighs 13.56 grams. The standard for density of wood is based on how much the same volume weighs in water, or how much that amount of water would weigh. So I'm going to do it this way. Here's some water, and here's a little stick so that I can keep the wood up in the water. So the water with the stick weighs a certain amount. It's about 300 grams. But we'll zero that out. And here's the first sample, sample 1 longleaf. And it weighs 11.02 grams for longleaf sample 1. I lost some of my water, so I'll zero that out again. Sample 2. Longleaf sample 2 weighs 11.94 grams. And I'll zero that out. Live oak sample 1. Wants to float. I wasn't expecting the live oak to float. Take it out and flip it over. It might just be from the bubbles sticking to it. There we go. Alright, now live oak sans bubbles. Or it might just be that it just got wet enough that it sinks. 22.60. And try live oak sample number 2. Live oak sample number 2 displaces 23.95 grams of water. Now basswood, I'm pretty sure is going to float. Yeah, I'm going to have to grab it, hold it under. Alright, so that basswood displaces 10.5 grams of water. And mystery wood also floats. Mystery wood's not going to fit around my little jiggy thing. I have to move my little jiggy thing for mystery wood. Let's re-zero that out. Hold this under the water. Mystery wood displaces about 30 grams. 59.75. I entered a formula in the spreadsheet to divide the dry mass by the mass of an equal volume of water. Then I averaged the results and rounded off to 1 decimal place. The precision of my scale is only 0.05 grams. In case you're thinking about the temperature of the water, rounded off to 2 decimal places, the density of the water is 1 gram per milliliter at 25 degrees C, which is the temperature of my lab. If you run it out to 4 decimal places, it matters, but I don't have micro money. This is just a $10 scale from Amazon to weigh yarn. This is distilled water, by the way, not my well water. I'm really surprised by this result. I totally didn't expect a pitch piney to be more dense than a slice of live oak. It floats! I did a quick poll of the 3 people I know who are familiar with this wood, and they all thought live oak would be more dense. I had 8 more pieces of the live oak chunks here in the lab, and I have a lot of the pitch pineys. So I selected 8 more samples of each and ran those tests so that I would have a total of 10 to average out. With a total of 10 samples, my averages come out the same as they did before with 2 samples. 1.1 for longleaf pine heartwood and 1.0 for live oak heartwood. Both of these samples were aged in situ. That means they were dead in the woods for probably my whole life. The specific gravity from the USDA table for longleaf pine is 0.59. Average of my test is 1.1. That's 0.46 more dense. I think it's incredible that these branches are 0.46 more dense than the rest of a longleaf pine tree. That's like a whole nother tree crammed into the same amount of volume. Mystery wood is 0.46 density. Branches that died and just stayed up in the tree, they stay up there for like 50 years. The specific gravity from the USDA table for live oak is 0.88. That's just regular green live oak, the most dense North American wood. But if you let it age out in the woods, it gets a lot harder. My pitch pineys and live oak samples on my Etsy shop are not the most dense woods in the world, but they are the most dense woods in North America. So I got that going for me, which is nice.